yesterday we were. I was very happy that the finally something was done that affected the frame occasional frame stuttering problem significantly. There were still some other problems, but the way the problem, well, I've said before that the way the problem manifested changed when I made some other changes earlier. I think now I'm thinking I might have been wrong about that, and it just kind of randomly changed because the problem, the way it behaves, changes sometimes. I described it in an earlier video already. I said that actually the stuttering may occur for about 10 to 12 minutes or 10 minutes and then go away for 5 minutes and then come back for 10 to 12 minutes. And the second time it's usually worse, which is what I used to notice. Also, the frame stuttering only appears even when we're in that time period where it's having the frame problems. It will only affect scenes that have some moderate GPU load. It will not affect, it will affect these movie scenes now, but only certain scenes they are reliably affected, like certain images, the ones that have a high bitrate. Most of the game is not affected. I mean, most of the simple graphics are not affected, like when they're in a small 2D window and just chatting, the 3D characters. Battle is generally affected, and the real-time rendered full cutscenes, if they're 30 frames a second, they weren't affected. But if they're 60 frames a second, they were affected. However, when I changed the GPU power management, that was the thing that I was really thinking might make a difference. It seems like that's the thing that really did make the difference. When I changed it to maximum performance, so no power saving, the frame rate problems seemed to be perfect for all the battle scenes. Instead, the problems moved to some of the chatting scenes, the simple ones. So I'm gonna replay those and see if they still have those problems. So it was the ones that we did last time. Starting with this one with the Lino. So we'll watch it again and see. This video, I just wanted to have it be as a test. See if I haven't changed anything from the other day.
Have you been waiting long?
From yesterday. So I still have the antivirus temporarily turned off, and the power management, GPU power management turned off, so there's maximum performance.
Military formalities myself.
And I haven't changed anything else, so it should be the same as yesterday.
Why not take a load off, Lieutenant?
Although I just wanted to do a test because the problems used to be
Dr.
random.
Heinrich Belgar.
So if I just try again, maybe now it will be okay. So this is just to gather information. So I'm just gonna watch these cutscenes, and then I'll probably quit and check what they look like, and then depending on what I see, I'll decide. I'll probably make some changes.
So allow me to be direct.
So yesterday this scene already was starting to mess up, and the way it messed up was really bad, and the frame jittering was much worse than it ever was before. But normally a scene like this would not jitter, so would not have the frame rate problem. So the GPU power management really seems to be what the main factor. So either way, we still have problems. So I need to investigate exactly what's causing the new problem and see and think about how that can be fixed too.
For your enemies too, I hear. Soulmates, you call them. They are on the Crystal Sea, as you predicted, I note. Your records show a curious fixation on them.
Well, plus these are the good cutscenes anyway. I like these cutscenes. Cause my friends are in them.
Your account of
not this guy.
Is critical intel.
Although I guess he's supposed to be my friend too.
Change the course of the war.
But not really.
But your superiors are a bit set in their ways. A ship crossing over land is beyond their limited imagination. So instead, they discredited you,
Maybe he's my friend. I never really thought about it. But anyway, his friends are my friends. I think all his friends are my friends.
As it stands,
This is
your
Lord
soul
Belgar.
may lead the Federation to victory. Join me, however, and you'll be free to fight the fleet on the Crystal Sea and Squad E to your heart's content.
Flatter me all you want. I'm not switching squads if it means abandoning my team.
Ah, but of course, your elite tank platoon, Ausbruch. I imagine you've heard of their predicament. Or perhaps they've kept you in the dark.
What?
That false lineage of yours.
Anyway,
is
so there's a whole bunch of other things that I had been changing before that I stopped bothering with. So any one of those things might fix the
So
remaining
they
problem,
intend to
but I just want to
retaliate in
confirm
what
if
petty
there
ways
really
they
is a problem before I resort to them.
Disbanding your dear Ausbruch
For example, like
and
running
detaining
OBS as
its
administrator, or changing the CPU
Now,
load
I
management
may
to
not
also
look it,
power,
but
to
rest
also
assured
maximum
my
performance
voice
and
holds
no
some
power
sway
saving.
with the Imperial
That's
Vanguard.
actually my next best guess.
I've
My next
already
best guess
laid
is I also
the
should change the
for
CPU,
transferring the
change
members
that
of
to
Ausbruch
maximum
into
performance
exile.
also, which I had done before too, but
Once the transition is complete,
that didn't
Ausbruch
really
can
change the problem
return
too
to
much.
being the decorated Vanguard unit it
The main thing was
always has
definitely, I think, changing the GPU power savings settings. And I have a theory of why that is. So that's why I kind of had a lot of hope for just that one setting. And the last time I did this test, I really banked on just that one setting to be working. Either that or it was the antivirus turn off. So I still have the antivirus turned
I
off.
trust you'll accept, yes.
I can troubleshoot that later.
Trading
If
myself
that's
for the fate of my soldiers.
if that's something.
Fine, Doc. I'll play your game.
But I did check and it was still off after the game was played, so that wasn't it turning on or something wasn't probably what caused the problems. Oh, and I wanted to mention that last time when my game did start, well, actually no, last time, yesterday's video, I had a hard time starting it. It was crashing a lot at the beginning.
Now that that's settled,
So,
there's someone
which
I'd
is
like to
a
introduce
problem
you
I've
to.
always had.
And who might that be?
So the GPU power saving is not what causes the thing to crash. That was my point. Okay, so here's the 30 frames a second cutscene, which I think is probably rendered in real time because it seems pretty simple, and I think this is not a movie.
Now, will you all join
And
us,
this was
please?
jittering real badly yet last time. Oh, the jitter was also like not the same type that I see during movies, where it's like kind of like has a certain timing and only in some scene. It was throughout this whole scene,
This
and real bad.
is Forseti. He shall serve
So,
as your strategist.
that
in the
really
coming
makes me think
endeavor.
that makes me think even
A
more
man
that this
of
is
most
rendered in real
exceptional
time
talent, I
and
assure
not a movie.
And of course, these are Nicola and Kiara.
Yeah, my friends. These
Worry
are my
not.
friends.
They may look sweet as summer, but I assure you their combat talents are quite beyond imagining. Use them well. These angels are my masterpieces. Ensure their talents are not wasted. With introductions out of the way. Welcome, Vaults, to the Imperial Science Board's most elite test squad, XO. Lieutenant Klaus Waltz, we open our arms to you in greeting. I do truly hope that you'll all get along.
Also, next I'll be probably doing a new video and watching this again multiple times, and
I could
also
not imagine more
I'll redo
perfect
the last
timing.
mission again because I want to see if I can finally get it down to 2 turns. Obviously, I could have done it last time if I'd done it right. So it's
I
not
have a
easier said
very
than done though,
special
because
surprise
I had
for
a lot
all
of
of
luck
you.
last time. So
Allow
if
me to
I need to
introduce our
duplicate that luck and not make that
exceptional
one mistake.
The Lady Crimeria, my beautiful weapon of mass destruction.
That's actually a short level. It only took me
A
less than half an
Valkyria,
hour to beat it.
reborn
So
for our
I'll do 2
modern
missions in a row
age.
again,
She's a
starting with that,
Valkyria.
repeating that one. Because that's probably my favorite mission of all missions. Now that I think about it, because my friends are in it. Okay, so I think that's it. There's the rest of it was just we ignore this cutscenes. Actually, we might learn something from these cutscenes, so maybe I should watch them. Yeah, I think I'll watch. Yeah, I'll watch them. Oh yeah, and there's no battle in this cutscene too. But first, I'll see the previous. I should stop now and. Oh yeah, there's tons of cutscenes. So I should stop now and evaluate this recording. Okay, good, it's recording. No frames have been dropped. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.